overall, yeah, I think I'd say I'm happy with my text. My front cover's a lot better than my old one. I knew on my old one that I needed to use more colours. I'd only used black and pink, which it showed the audience correctly, because the audience are females, but it needed something extra. So now using the yellow, and I've added some green. I've kept the pink the same, all the fonts are the same. The main masthead, that was black on the original, but I've now made that the pink of everything else, and made the in Paparazzi a love heart, which I think makes it a bit more girly and targets the audience well. The skyline at the top of the page stands out a lot more now, along with the win tickets to see Rihanna. Overall, I'm happy. There are some points I would say still need to change. The white background. I liked this on looking at other pop magazines that are already out there. They all use a white background, but the images are slightly bigger of the main artist, and this one isn't as big as those, so it leaves a white background. It's clearer to see. So that's one thing I could change, because I feel like there's something missing, whether that's at the bottom of the page or at the side, I'm not sure, but I still feel like there's something that could be changed. The contents page, I was happiest with this and my first edit, and I haven't actually changed much on my contents page. I've put the new front cover on it instead of the old front cover, in the bottom bit where there's the subscribe box, and I've also changed the image of the artist Scarlet Melody in the top left hand corner for continuity mainly. The old image was really good, but I wanted it to be continuous because I retook the images for the front cover and for the double page spread, so I thought it'd be best to use one of those images. It's actually the same image as the double page spread, but I haven't edited it as much on the contents page as I did the double page spread, because it's not as prominent in the image. I kept the images of Jessie J and Tinie Tempah, even though I've used them on the front cover now, which I hadn't before, but I still think they look really nice on the contents page, and the bigger images. So yeah, they're nice. The thing with the contents page is that it's still set out like Enemy and Kerrang, but I like that it gives the older edge, because I didn't want this to be just a really young teen pop magazine. I wanted it to reach out to older audiences, which that layout might do. Double page spread I'm really happy with. I didn't like my double page spread that I submitted the first time. It was awful. And I think the main issue with that was that I used a white background, so it just looked really pale and there was nothing there, nothing tied the image and the text together. They were just two separate things. But I used the same pink on this background as on the double page, on the contents page and the front cover, which is continuity, and the light blue, I think it just looked nice. The purple works well with it as well, and the purple I've continued through everything that I edited on Photoshop, and then what I used, it's a very similar purple that I used on Publisher. I think overall I'm really happy with my double page spread compared to what it was like before, and I managed to fit the text on perfectly. I also made the text smaller because on my original edit the text was really big, and if it had been printed out it wouldn't have looked right. I think I've developed my skills on Photoshop, which has really helped me. Second time round, it meant I could do things quicker, I could do things tighter, it looked cleaner on the image, and it just made life a little bit easier, and everything that I now did was better. I had more knowledge of music magazines, and I had a bit more time to sit and consider. The first time I did my double page spread, it was very rushed, so I didn't use any conventions of a pop magazine double page spread. I am aware that there are some things that I've done on my music magazine that aren't typical conventions of a music magazine, but with this being a pop magazine and specifically targeted at one audience, I thought that was useful, such as on my double page spread I haven't used a drop cap, because looking through like Top of the Pops magazine, We Love Pop, all those sorts of magazines, they don't use drop caps. So I thought that was something I'd include in my magazine. Also, they use more of an interview technique on their double page spreads. It's not an article, it's more of an interview, and they have one big picture on their double page spreads, which is what I've included on this. Like I said, the images and the colours scheme reflects the audience, I'd like to think. It's a young girl, and this is a young teenage girl magazine aimed at her. The girl who I photographed, she's very into pop, R&B music, so it reflects her well. The fashion, the top that she's wearing, because that's all you can see in the images, could be going out if you dressed it up casual, going just to college or whatever, but I think it reflects the audience well. The price I chose very carefully, because I wanted my target audience to be able to afford it and something that they could relate to, so I hope I've done that well. Cute.